Cheers, how you do, Buckaroos, and how the heck are you? As it's a little bit early, I guess, but it is a cold, dreary day here in the Ozarks. It's two. I meant to start this at 2:15, but I'm a little bit behind. It is certainly afternoon though, so it's not too early. I've got two products. I wasn't, I'm always. Sometimes I have an idea what I want to do for the video. Sometimes it just kind of comes together last minute. That was one of these because I did a video last night using two. Oklahoma products. Two more specifically, two from Hochatown, beer and whiskey. So, but I had this beer. I've had this beer for a few months, and I think they'd had it for a few months at the liquor store because it was clearanced out. It's called Another Round. Looks like it was made for the Chiefs when they won the Super Bowl. Cheers to the champs. So they've had it for a while, but it's an 8% wheat wine, so I wasn't too concerned about it going belly up on me, but I do need to get rid of some stuff. So anyway, I thought I'd try to use that. So I've got that, but I also wanted to use, let me fix this real fast, a Kansas City whiskey. So I decided to open one. I do have a couple open, but I did want to open one more because I've been dying to try it. I wanted to try it before I ran out of my other one. So I bought two products back in August. Here we go. That's working now. Let me set this off to the side. I bought two products back in August at Restless Spirits. Well, I bought a lot of products at Restless Spirits, but two in particular, two versions of their American single malt whiskey. This one was their, like I said, 6-year-old. No, this one was a 5. I guess they're both 5-year-old. I thought one of them was a 6. But anyway, this one was aged more like an Irish whiskey using used bourbon barrels. I still got a little bit of it left. But I wanted to open the second one before I completely ran out of it, because at some point I'm going to do a side by side, but not today. This is the other one. So this one was, or says, American Single Malt Whiskey. This one reads slightly different, and I'm not sure. It just says straight single American Single Malt Whiskey. So let me read a little bit from that here quickly. Oh, I forgot to turn my light on. Hang on, I gotta get my light on. There we go. My lighting director isn't doing her job anyway. She's busy working as a production assistant for somebody else at the moment. Times are tough, man. The Gullytown story draws upon Kansas City history of the 1800s and Irish immigrants whose labor contributed to our westward expansion. This whiskey is created to honor their work ethic and determination, and reflects the mashing, fermenting, and distilling techniques of their homeland. This American straight single malt, made from 100% malted barley and twice distilled in copper pot stills, which aged for 5 years in new charred American white oak barrels. That's why you hold these two up next to each other and you can see the color difference. Well, this one looks much more like your typical single malt Irish. The one on the right hand, I guess. So this one is barrel number 18-0021, bottle 188 of 300. Barrel date was 4/2 of 2018. Bottle date was 5/10 of 23, and I'm going to show that to you so you can see it well. All right, I've been dying to try this one, but I'm going to set this bottle off to the side for a second. And I'm just going to focus on the beer first. I'm going to typically, I like a wheat wine as they're typically labeled. This one says Imperial wheat beer, though, so that nose is outstanding. It is at 8%. I didn't look to see if they told me any more about it on the bottle. 8%, 12 IBUs. We did it. Now it's time to do it again. Raise a bottle in honor of the city's indomitable spirit and the year to come. A new season calls for another round. Okay, so I imagine this was done right after they'd won the Super Bowl. 'Cause I found it on sale at a liquor store back in August, I think. So I thought I'd go ahead and just do two Kansas City products and lunch. A nice nose, rather floral in all honesty. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, your drinks are rather different. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. I'm gonna have to think about that for a second. It is rather easy drinking at 8%. I will say I'm picking up a lot of floral and herbal notes in this beer. IBUs are 12, so they're rather inconsequential. Very soft-bodied wheat. That's nice. Wow, it is incredibly easy to drink at that 8%. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, I picked this one up a while back, like I said, and I picked up these bottles of Gullytown. I'm gonna look at this one to see what the if this how different the description is. Yeah, the basic difference is it gives you basically the same paragraph, and at the end it says aged on used bourbon oak. This very special whiskey is all American but rooted in Irish tradition. Yeah, which is typically how single malt Irish. So they're 5 year old Irish whiskeys, which is young for an Irish. I'm sorry, single malt whiskeys. I'll say Irish style, single malt whiskeys. But I do feel like American whiskey is a little bit of a different animal. I am a big fan of the American single malt category, although I have run into some folks that aren't. And I'm really not sure why, in all honesty, because nobody's been able to give me a straight answer. Got a sneeze coming. I'm thinking, I don't know if it's every time I come over here, I start to sneeze and my nose runs. And I don't know if it's this plant that's over here, or I don't know, is this a real plant? I don't know if it's this plant or what, but every time I get over here, my nose starts running and I start sneezing. Goodness, I'm having an allergy attack. I took an allergy pill already, but I might have to double her up. Anyways, sorry about that. I digress. I was hoping my vacation is about over. I typically take about the last 2 weeks of the year off from work because it works out best for the type of work that I do. But this is my last weekend. I go back on Monday. So I was hoping to get out. Wanted to hit a. There's two possible breweries. They're not close to each other, so I couldn't have hit both of them. But I was hoping to hit one or the other today. But boy, it's just cold and dreary out there, and I don't think we're going to feel like getting out today because both are about. Gosh darn it! Both breweries are about an hour and a half from here, and I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to get folks out in the cold. And I've got plenty of stuff here, so I think I'm just going to put the fake fire on the TV and relax. I made some chili yesterday, so I've got that heating up for lunch today. But I also picked up while we are out of town. I picked up some very good looking tomatillos. So I'm going to make some chicken chili verde later, probably later today, maybe tomorrow. Kind of depends on how things go. Man, that is good. It is very interesting. I do like a wheat wine or a wheat beer in this case. It says um, it's very interesting. The body seems thinner than I would expect for an 8%, but man, it drinks just incredibly easy. I mean, it's not too thin. Don't get me wrong. It just seems thinner than 8% might lead you to believe. I guess. Well, I took a lot of little small trips last year, just kind of extended day trips, really. 2 or 3 days, but all rather, all within about 3 hours from where we live. Nothing really far, and all in Missouri. But since this year will be our 30th anniversary, we're not going to take any of those small trips. I'm going to try to keep saving so we can do something nice for our 30th. Do something, a little bit out of the box for us. So our trip to Tulsa was kind of okay, now we're going to buckle down. We're going to take these 2 days. We're going to relax, have fun before I go back to work. And the weather wasn't bad. I'm glad we didn't wait to the weekend because it's not snowing today. It did yesterday, but it is just dreary and cold out there. So, like I said, I'm going to stay in next to the fake fire and stay warm, man. Anyway, Solange. Oh, this is nice. It is good. Yeah, it's one of those things. I could have aged this for a while. It would have aged just fine, but I decided to pop it. Like I said, I've got so much stuff in so many places. I just need to get rid of stuff. And I don't want to be a hoarder, and I'm not a collector of whiskey or beer. I'm a drinker. I don't buy anything with the intention of reselling it later. I just hate that mentality. I think that's everything that's wrong. The secondary market is everything that's wrong with craft beer and whiskey right now. You got folks driving up the prices of stuff, trying to sell to the weak-minded, and I just won't do it. I mean, there's nothing that I need to try that bad. I'm not a lemming, so I'm not zero focus on specific brands. I'm going to buy what's good. If you're going to tell me this is a $50 whiskey, but on the secondary market it's $200, I'm going to take my same $50, walk to my local store or small distillery, and say, "What have you got for this?" Because I'm going to spend my money there. I'm going to buy what's readily available, and quite frankly, in most cases, I do better, or at least just as well. The folks that pay $200 for a $50 bottle of whiskey are just idiots. And see that therein lies the problem, right? There wouldn't be a secondary market if people weren't stupid. Right? If you didn't pay more than something is worth, there wouldn't be a call for a secondary market. There wouldn't be a call for. Okay, I'm going to try to get off that soapbox here because I want to focus on this whiskey now. I wanted to drink that entire glass of beer and focus just on that, but I don't want to focus just on this particular whiskey. Look at that color using my Restless Spirits glass. I love that color. Now this is, oh gosh, wow. Oh wow, wow. Oh my lord, Restless Spirits. I do really love them. I gotta tell you, I bought up more than I intended on when we were there a few months back. Uh, Mostly because the customer service was just incredible. Everybody was friendly, knowledgeable. They didn't try to push product on you, but they gave you the information on it. Wow, 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 wow. That nose is crazy. And I found I do like that 100% malted barley. I do like single malt whiskeys. And I've typically preferred Irish whiskeys to Scotch, single malt wise. But now that we have this broader American single malt category, this is I've really gravitated toward these. And like I said earlier, I've had a few so-called beer geeks, beer geeks, whiskey geeks, or whiskey experts tell me they're not a fan of it, but none of them can really articulate why. They just say that I don't like it, but they can't really say why. So I think there is that snobbery that abounds, right? Because I got to tell you, in my opinion, I think if they had these in a blind taste test, they would love them because every so far most that I've had have been very incredible. I haven't taken a drink of this one yet, but the other Gullytown is great. Union Horse has one called Rivalist, which is just insanely good. And you're talking about different price points. I mean, I've had the Yellowstone American Single Malt at 108 proof, and I really enjoyed it. Switchgrass was a much lesser price point at 92 proof, and it was a great whiskey. Oh man! So, like I said, the Southern Gullytown that I showed earlier drinks a lot like a single malt Irish. It really does. But this one I feel is a little deeper, a little bolder, using new charred oak. Oh my god! Oh my god! Wow! See, right now, right now, I'm really upset I didn't open this earlier. Uh, oh my gosh, that is absolutely gorgeous. Wow! Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to find a way to get back to Restless Spirits because unfortunately, they're not sold here in Springfield. Wow, I'm trying to gather my thoughts here. That is amazing. So you get a lot of it's very sweet initially, as you might expect. A lot of honey, picking up some honey at first, and then you get deeper, very dark brown sugar notes, some molasses. You might even feel some toffee-like notes or toasted hazelnut-like notes in there. Really depends on you and your taste buds, to be honest with you. Nice, bold, spicy oak finish. Wow. Oh gosh. Yeah, just a hint of lingering spice right at the end. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, that's crazy, man. As much as I did like this one, uh, because it is very reminiscent of a very good Irish single malt. I gotta tell you, I'm loving the boldness that this one has to offer. That 100% malted barley, man, gives you a nice chewy body. Let's say. Oh man, that's gorgeous. At 92, I don't remember if I mentioned that, it was at 92 proof. Both the Gullytown products are at 92, which is a nice proof. I've been finding I don't like anything, or I don't like as well products under 92 or under 90, let's just say. And I'm really enjoying cast stuff, but you don't always need something that big barrel proof, right? 92 is nice. Wow. God almighty, that is delicious. I love the oaky dry finish. It really cleans up nicely because there is a lot of sugars early on. Good grief, that's delicious. I'm gonna have to do it. I did say I want to do a side by side with both Gully Towns, and I will do that. But I want to do a side by side with my rivalist as well. Let me show you that bottle. 'Cause I really have enjoyed that whiskey, and I've got one more bottle unopened. It's at 96, so it's a little bit higher proof. But I feel like I'm getting some similar flavors and aromas, so I like to do them a side by side. Boy, this whiskey is special. I gotta tell you, this one's right in my wheelhouse. It's good, man. Man, I don't have a second bottle of it though. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, wow. That's just delicious, man. Anyway, anyway, so wow, I got focused there for a second. Wow. Wow, that's a good whiskey. You can see how easy to drink that is. And like I said, it starts out very sweet, but by the time you get to the end, you get that spice and oak, and it just dries up completely. It's absolutely gorgeous. Again, I feel like you pick up some honey early on that gives way to some deep, dark, very dark brown sugar notes because you really feel that molasses in a big way. A little bit of toffee as we kind of round the middle there. Feel like I'm picking up some toasted hazelnuts in there. Again, you get that oak and spice in the finish. It's just done impeccably well. So there you go. As I wrap it up, Tom. Anyways, Sláinte. Uh, and we'll put our focus back on the beer. Work through this bottle, pour it rather aggressively to put some head on there. My eyes to focus there. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Nice head on there. As my dad used to say, here's to the flag, the grand old flag, the flag that set us free. A whiskey glass and a woman's ass made a horse's ass of me. Sláinte. Ah. All right, I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, Beer Evangelist, prolific drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and also Tom the Whiskey Whisperer. Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, all around good guy. Sláinte.